Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryandam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om. Now, we all are here to have a small talk, not a one-way speech. Speeches are there, so many are going. Nowadays, I think in the field of Dharma and Adhyatmika topics, so many speeches are there. But at the same time, we are living in a society for centuries. We were not practicing what our rishis advised us or asked us to perform. They insisted on Swadhyaya. There we can see in the Vedas repeated admonitions. Always you do Swadhyaya. Swadhyayanma pramada. Swadhyaya pravachanabhyam na pramaditavyam. Like mantras are there in Vedas. In so many places we can see such mantras, which ask us, which admonish us, even which implore us to conduct Swadhyaya. But we people, for centuries, discarded this Swadhyaya. And as a result, we were groping in darkness. So many superstitions came to us. We were not understanding what our past was and what our present is, what should be the future of us be. Fault was with us. We discarded what our rishis advised us. Now, we can start from this point, that is, importance of Swadhyaya in life. By Swadhyaya, regular, systematized study of our scriptures is meant. Only through such scriptural studies, Vedic studies, we will understand who we are and what our greatness is. See, in the welcome speech, the topic was told, what our rishis taught, what is the greatness of our land, motherland, and the greatness of our culture and what it is now. Such a comparison is asked for. So to enter into that topic, in the beginning let me say, what we want is not a one-way speech, but a talk, a discussion, a question and answer session, by which we can interact, we can exchange ideas, more than speech, such sessions are required. So, whatever you have to ask, without any hesitation you can ask. And if such questions or queries, I know the answer to reply, then we can continue in that topic, or otherwise we can take the next question and go on. See, our past, when we look into our Shastras, we can see a glorious and effulgent past. In the Vishnu Purana, there is a verse, Gayanti Deva Kila Gitakani Dhanyastute Bharata Bhuvi Bhage Swargapa Vargaspada Marga Bhumau Bhavanti Bhuya Purusha Suratvat. Gayanti Deva Kila Gitakani. Devaha Kila Gitakani Gayanti. Gods are singing some songs. But they are singing Dhanyastute Bharata Bhuvi Bhage Swargapa Vargaspada Marga Bhumau Bhavanti. Those who are taking birth in Bharata, how blessed they are. They are above gods. Dhanyastute. They are dhanyas. They are blessed. Blessed are they who are taking birth in Bharata. Why? Swargapa Vargaspada Marga Bhumau. It is the path leading you both to Swarga and to liberation. See, there are so many differences between this Swarga and Moksha. Some has misunderstood both are the same thing. No. Swarga is one and Moksha is entirely different thing. After what is Swarga? Swarga is a world where you can have sensual enjoyments, where you can have happiness. There you will get so much to eat and so much to drink. Their seeds and milk will be running in river. So many ideas are there regarding Swarga. But if honey and milk are flowing like a river, so many ants and such creatures will be there. They will bite you. A river of honey or river of milk without ants, that we cannot imagine. So if Sukha is there, Dukkha will be there. If happiness is there, rivers will be there. That is the law of this universe. And not only that, when you will get Swarga, after death you will get. Who is guaranteeing? Who told you? You will get Swarga after your death. I am not concerned of it. Whether there is Swarga, let it be there. And those who are living in Swarga, let them be there. I am concerned with this earth and this life here, not hereafter. There comes the concept of moksha, liberation. Liberation from what? Liberation from all sorrows. All sorrows. All sorrows comes from one common root, that is ajnana, ignorance. Ignorance is the root cause of all sorrows and all miseries we are having in this world. From that single source, ignorance, emanates all sorrows. So, liberation from sorrows means liberation from ignorance. And how we can attain that? Only by having real knowledge. Real knowledge. Real knowledge means prama. In Sanskrit, we call it prama. Prama means real knowledge. That knowledge which will not be changed. Sometimes we will acquire some type of knowledge. In course of time, that will change. For example, in the midst of our astronomers, till last year there was 9 satellites. Pluto was the last. In such stretch we were learning in schools and colleges and even universities. Now they are telling delete one. There are only 8. Which one shall I delete? Pluto you delete. Why? Because I am saying so. When? Now. Then tomorrow? That I don't know. So they will teach one thing today, they will teach one thing another tomorrow, and they will go on varying. That is not prama. That is knowledge, of course. Of course, that is knowledge. But that knowledge is not prama. That is only knowledge. That knowledge which won't change, unchangeable knowledge, that is prama. What makes prama? Pramanam makes prama. Pramanam. That which make prama is, that which make the real knowledge is, that which make unchangeable knowledge is pramanam. There are so many pramanams. Pratyaksha is one pramanam. We are seeing, we are hearing, we are tasting. Knowledge, those we cognize or we collect through our indriyas, our senses, this comes under this pratyaksha pramanam. Then there is anumanam. With the help of intellect, we assume. When we see some smokes there, we will assume there must be fire. Such pramanam is anumanam. Where our pratyaksha and anumana fails, there comes shastra. Shastra pramana is there. When we go to the shastra pramana, the ultimate truth, the answer which human society gained as the summum bonum of knowledge, the end of knowledge, end of his quest for truth, that we can have in our Vedantas. There is no such a pramana like Vedanta. So by Swadhyaya, in the first phase we mean study of Vedanta, study of Veda Shastras regularly. With this study, we can understand the greatness of our motherland, our culture, of ourselves. That is the first thing, of ourselves. Let us come back to the topic. So, there are so many differences between this Swarga and Moksha. Moksha is liberation from ignorance, and that we can have only through Pramana Vichara, only through Swadhyaya, only through the study and assimilation of Vedanta. So gods are singing those who are blessed, who have taken birth in Bharata. Why? Because Bharata is the pathway that leads us to both Swarga and Moksha, liberation. So those are blessed. So gods are singing. Such a verse is there in Vishnu Purana. What is the meaning of this verse? It is glorifying the greatness of our motherland, the culture. You go to Manusmriti. There you can find Manu describes all this world, what it is, then continents in this world. Then specifically Manu is describing Jambudvipa, which we call nowadays Asia continent. Then Bharatavarsha, not India, Bharatavarsha. And after the description of Bharatavarsha, Manu says, Etat desha prasutasya sakashad agra janmanaha swam charitram shiksheren prithivyam sarvamanavaha. Prithivyam sarvamanavaha etat desha prasutasya sakashad agrajanmanaha sakashad swam swam charitram shiksheren. Let the whole humanity, those living in this earth, let them come, let them sit where, let them come to Bharata, let them sit under a scholar of Bharata and learn their own history, their own greatness, their own culture. See, these words of Manusmriti indicates clearly that once Bharata was the teacher of the whole world. That is why he enjoined, let the whole universe, all the people living in this universe, let them come to the rishis of Bharata and learn. See, in the Vedas, there are so many mantras expounding the greatness of Bharata Varsha. Then naturally a question comes to our mind, how it was so? How Bharata was the Jagat Guru? Then we should go to our scriptures, the greatness we have to understand. I am not going to discuss all these topics now. It was the subject matter of discussion one session earlier. Not going again to that. But let me tell this much only. In the Shastras which we call Shruti and Smriti, we can get a vast treasure of knowledge, which includes what we call spiritual and secular nowadays. Not only spiritual, but secular also, we can have from our scriptures. Vedas, Vedangas, Upavedas, Itihasas, Puranas and other Dharma Shastras. All this give a vast treasure of knowledge in which there is a harmonious unification of this secular and spiritual knowledge in this modern days language. So with this Shastra as our heritage, we were the Loka Guru, Jagat Guru, the teacher of the whole world. But what happened? What happened for us? See, there is a verse in Bhagavad Gita, Imam vivasvate yogam proktavanaham avyayam vivaswan manave praha manurikshvakave bravid evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo viduhu sakale neha mahata yogo nashtah parantapa. Bhagavan says, this knowledge which I am imparting to you now, the same thing I taught to Surya. In the early times I taught to Surya. And Surya in turn imparted this knowledge to Manu. Manu then to Ikshvaku. In this stretch, this knowledge, it was transferred from one generation to another, then to the next. That flow of knowledge was there. But O Arjuna, in course of time, that passage of knowledge, that flowing of knowledge, it stopped. The same thing, the same knowledge, the same Upadesha I am giving unto you now. This is Bhagavad Gita says in the 4th chapter. In the Bhashya, Shankaracharya is explaining this verse, this part, and in that explanation there is a Vakya, there is a sentence which we must pay that much attention to evaluate what happened to us. In that, Shankaracharya says, Durbalan ajidendriyan prapya nashtam imam yogam. This is the sentence. Durbalan ajidendriyan prapya imam yogam nashtam. how the flow of knowledge came to a cessation, came to a stoppage. What happened? Bhashya says, Durbalan ajidendriyan prapya nashtam. Those who are with sensual pleasures, ajidendriyan, and who are weak persons, when came to their hands, this vidya, the flow of vidya came to a stop. See? When this vidya came to weak persons, weak-minded persons, and those who are behind sensual enjoyment, sensual pleasures, then this passage of this vidya or the flowing of this vidya came to a stop. How it happened? That is the very first thing where we started this discussion. When we discarded studying Shastras, slowly, that power, it has gone. Because Shastra says what you have to do in this world, what you should not do in this world. Through a continual swadhyaya, studies our scriptures, we will become dharmic persons. Then only we are human beings. When we imbibe the values, then we are human beings. But when we stopped this swadhyaya, slowly that disintegration, that dwindling of our humanity, that values that came, and slowly, a continuous process it was. We became weak. Not only weak, only behind sensual pleasures. Thereby we forgot what our past was. What is the greatness of our culture? What is my duty? What shall I do? What message I have to give? What is the message of Bharat? Is there any speciality there? And as a result, we can find we were under so many rulers, not only Westerners, so many came and ruled us. Not only political ruling, but in almost all fields of life, we were slaves only. We were slaves. But we can see so many Mahatmas came. They came with a message. See Maharshi Dayananda Saraswati. See Swami Vivekananda. Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. So many Mahatmas came. They gave us a message. They again gave us that power to realize the greatness of our own culture. Slowly a change came. Still it is coming. We are growing. We are rising from that slavery. Not only that. At this time we can see the whole world is looking to Bharat. The whole world is listening the message of Bharat nowadays. That we can see if we observe this world. The West especially, not only in the West, the whole world. With a hope they are viewing what Bharat taught. Because in our teachings, in our scriptures, we can see a harmony. There is no split between secular and spiritual. There is no split between scripture and rationalism. So the whole world is now looking to Bharat with hope, with a hope. See, everywhere, in almost all countries of this world, blood is flowing. Blood is flowing in the name of religion, in the name of God. That we can see in almost all countries. The newspapers of almost all days, it gives us reports of killings in the name of religion. Each is teaching our own way is the great way. My path is the greatest path. My God is the greatest God. The messenger whom I admire or I worship is the greatest messenger. There are so many messengers, but the greatest is mine. There are so many gods, but the greatest is mine. There are so many religions, but the only true religion is mine. With these ideas, there are rivers of blood flowing. Religion says we are standing for realization, for social growth, for everything this and that. But in practice, we are seeing just the reverse. Seeing all this in this world, the thinking society, educated society, all the world over, with hope they are inquiring, where is a way out? Then they are slowly realizing there is a culture, there is a nation which taught loka samasta sukhino bhavantu, that the whole world be happy. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. In Rigveda Samhita, there is a mantra. Indram vardhanda aptura krinvanto vishwamaryam apaghananto aravanaha. Indram vardhanda aptura krinvanto vishwamaryam apaghananto aravanaha. This comes in Rigveda Samhita. Indram vardhantaha, praising the Lord Supreme. Apturaha, doing and making others do good deeds. Krinvanto vishwamaryam, we can make this universe great. How? By praising the Supreme, by doing good deeds and making others do good deeds. We can make this universe, this world great. Aryam. See, this grace message was there. And to realize that to make the whole world great, a method also was taught. That we can see in the concluding Sukta of Rigveda. There she taught us samgachadhvam samvadadhvam. Samgachadhvam samvadadhvam. You all unite together. You all unite together. You do good deeds together. You utter good words together. By this unity, and with that unity doing good things, we can make the whole world great. That was the message of Rigveda. That was the message of Bharata. To this message, now the world is paying attention. So to put in a nutshell, we can conclude Bharat is once again becoming the Guru of the world. No doubt in that. You can see teachers of Bharat, our culture, wherever they go, world is sitting to hear them. World is there to accept them, receive them. That we can see everywhere nowadays. What was the picture 1 century ago? The whole world was considering Bharat as the land of demons or slaves or good for nothings. But now it is not so. We can clearly see the changing scenario. It is changing, no doubt in that. So at this point of time, we have to imbibe the greatness of our own culture and the duty what is laying on our shoulders. Nobody else will come from outside or heaven and push the Bharat up. This duty is with us. We have to do. We have to do. World is hoping. With hope, world is hearing. World is ready to hear. But are we ready to give? This is a question. This question we must ask to our own inner self. Are you studying our Shastras? Are you imbibing the greatness of our own culture? Are you doing deeds according to injunctions of the rishis of yore? This question we have to ask ourselves. Then answer will come. If it is positive, all right. If it is negative, we have to negate it. Negate the negative will give us positive. That is the only way. Don't delete it. Don't cover it. Window dressing won't do. Polishing won't do. If it is negative, we have to negate that negative. Then it will become positive. Way is before us. Shastras are there. Acharyas are there. That's the only way to come up. That's the only way to make the world up. And this duty is ours. See? This is the main thing. If we understand this, we will do our duty. We will have success in our endeavor. Some weeks ago, there was a discussion. It was going on. Some students were hearing, and some university professors were involved in that discussion. And that discussion was what happened to India, not Bharat, India. Then, with very much power, stress, one professor was telling, we don't have that energy. We don't have that energy. That energy, which energy? That energy which other countries have. He was telling in such a stretch. And some others were adding, yes, that is correct, that is correct. See, children of Bharat and educated also, they are telling we don't have that energy which other countries, especially Western countries, have. Then I have to intervene. No, professor. What we lack is not energy. But what we lack is synergy. Not energy. Energy we have. Immense energy we have within us. But we lack that synergy, that unity. That channelization we want. Energy there is. This we have to understand. If we are ready to understand this point and take this point in, then nothing is lost. there will be no gap in between our past and our present. This is the only thing that made the gap. This is the only thing that made the gap. We lost that synergy in course of time. I think we are going together. No? Otherwise it will be a lecture or a speech. No meaning in that. Somebody will come and he will sit on a platform and he will give you some speech or lecture and he will go out. Others also will go, oh, there was a speech. What was the subject? Oh, subject was this and that. What he told there? That I don't know. Something he spoke upon. What's the benefit? Only passing time. That only. No use of that. So we must go together. Speeches are one-way traffic. When it is talk, we will go together. See, what happened to Bharat is this much only. What we need to raise Bharat is also this much only. We have to gain back that unity. For that also Swadhyaya will show the way. That is why 1 century ago, Swamiji Vivekanandaji, he was traveling the whole world. After giving the message of Bharat to the whole world, he came back to Bharat. Bharat gave him a very warm, heartfelt welcome. And Swamiji gave so many lectures as a reply to the welcome honored upon him by the society. In those lectures, Swamiji repeated one thing. Swamiji was telling, I had travelled the length and breadth of India. I know the pulse of India. I know what happened to India. And there is a medicine with me. You hear this. The medicine, go back to your scriptures. To quote Swamiji's own words, flood the land with Vedic ideas. He was repeating, flood the land with Vedic ideas. How we can accomplish this? Only through our own Swadhyaya. Then we have to pass the knowledge we acquire to the next generation. Through simple stories. You don't call your children and ask them to sit and with a stick in hand teach the Mandukya Upanishad. No. Or Brahma Sutra or Khandana Khandagadya. Nothing of that sort. Simple stories. Instances from life. Events in life. You pick up. And with a message, you give it to, you pass on to the next generation. This we must. Otherwise, that greatness of Bharat, that will be a broken topic. Like what? See, in schools and colleges, we are learning about so many cultures and civilizations. In classrooms, we heard about Greek civilization, we heard about Egyptian culture, we heard about this Mayan culture, this culture, that culture. After completing our school classes or college studies, if we go to that lands, what we will see? Is there any living culture there? What is in Greece? What is in Egypt? Can we see the culture or civilization once there was? No. What happened? What happened? There is a parallel. There is a parallel. See, 2 years back, 2 or 3 years, there was a report in Malayalam newspapers. There is a district in Kerala, Wayanad. The major part of that district is forest land. Big forest. And the report was, out of heat, so many elephants came out of the forest. With prickling heat, so many elephants came out of the forest. To where? To villages. Simply reading that, I was amazed. How it can? I was there in forest for some time. Forest is a very cool place. Very cool place it is. With prickling heat, how elephants came out of forest? There is something wrong in the report. But newspapers gave the same picture. 2, 3 newspapers were reporting the same thing. Out of heat, elephants are coming out of forest. Then we went there. While going to a lecture, on the way we went to that particular area to observe what is happening. Then what we saw, there bamboo was cultivated. One after another, thick bamboo forest it was. See, a forest means a land where trees, where other living creatures, animals, reptiles, these so many varieties, so many species of plants co-unite, cohabit. That cohabiting area is a forest. What they have done, they cut this forest and they planted bamboo. Slowly, bamboo forest came. They are calling it bamboo forest. Bamboo forest is not a forest. It's only a garden, or you can call whatever name you like. It's not a forest. In a forest, there must be that ecosystem which help animals and plants to cohabit. That balance, that equilibrium will be there. You are cutting it. You are planting the same seedling and you are growing it. What is in your mind? To make money only that. That is not a forest. What is the parallel in between this and our earlier civilizations? See, like this, the world is very beautiful. World is very beautiful. It is cold. It is giving life to everybody when so many cultures cohabit, so many religions cohabit. That variety in culture must be there. If you with an outlook of religion, with a religious outlook, you are cutting all these diversities and planting one religion, what will happen? That what is happening in the present day world will happen. So slowly, like the forest mentioned above, this world is becoming a hot place. Only because of that. Because of this religious cultivation, our earlier civilizations vanished. Like that, There is a question. Are we ready to add one more civilization in the list of gone ones? Are we ready? If answer is yes, nothing to worry. If no, there is much to work. Otherwise, one more name will be added. There were so many civilizations. In the Greek there was this, in Rome this was this, there, and Egypt there was this, and in Bharat or Asia, such a civilization was there thousands and thousands of years ago. Extinct civilization. No. So the responsibility is now with us. There is a duty, there is a responsibility to guard this. This our acharyas taught us, dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. Dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. When you save our dharma, dharma will save you. Otherwise not. Simply sitting and crying, oh Lord, save me, that won't do. No Lord will come and save you. We must save dharma through our action, through our deeds. Dharma will save us. That's the meaning, dharmo rakshati rakshita. Rakshitaha dharmaha. Saved dharma, rakshati, saves. So, viewing the past and analyzing the present, a simple question we put forth: will this be an extinct civilization? Answer: no, we won't allow. Then duty is with us. Then responsibility is ours. And that we can do by accepting the teaching of Swami Vivekananda ji, flood the land with Vedic ideas. Slowly, slowly we can accomplish. Because time is ripe. World is listening. Now we have to work. See, this is the central message we have to give. This is a central theme we have to discuss again and again and again. I am remembering one instance. Pujya Chinmayanandaji Maharaj was giving a lecture. And in course of lecture, he exhorted to the public in his own style, that peculiar style. Unite together, O Hindus. Unite in every sense. Then Swamiji was telling, go on, unite, and make a bank of vote. A vote bank you create. In such a stretch Swamiji was telling. After completing that lecture, Swamiji came out, and the press reporters, they came. He was in between, inside a score of reporters. Then they asked, Swamiji, let us ask one question. Oh, not one, you can ask more. It was his style. Swamiji, Bharat was teaching to the world, Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Ah, yes, what is wrong in that? That is the greatest teaching Bharat gave to the world. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Then in the course of your talk, you were telling, you have to unite together, O Hindus, and make a vote bank. How both will go together? Then Swamiji laughed. Huh? Oh my brother, should there be a culture, a nation, a society there to tell this message, to give this message? Huh? If Bharat is alive, then this message will be there in the world. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. If the culture of Bharat is not there, then who will say this? So to say this mantra, we must unite. Just to give the world this message, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, Bharat must be there alive. To make it alive, to keep it alive, I am telling this. Then they went away. They went away. See? So, what we lack is that synergy, that unifying force we forgot. So go to our scriptures and realize it. Take it back, that gone unity. Then our Bharat will arise and it will show the world the path which world is asking now. It is hoping to have. That is our duty, that's responsibility. If we are doing that, if we are fulfilling that, nothing is lost. Nothing is lost. Then you may tell, Swamiji, we lost this, that, this and that. So many books we lost. A list of thousands and thousands of books you may show. These are gone books. We lost all this. No, nothing. Books we lost, of course, but the message, that is there intact. Books also, a minority we lost, but the major part of our treasury is there. Some weakness have come. Some weakness is there. But nothing we lost. This we must understand within, and this positive message we must give to this world. Positive message. When somebody says in negative, they have to negate it. No, nothing happened to Bharat. We will accomplish this. This is our task. By doing our duties, by taking this responsibility on our own shoulders, we will raise this motherland to high